I learned so many interesting facts about COVID, but the one thing that stuck with me was how our people feel towards the vaccine because of our rightful distrust of the government. I love that we can be a part of an initiative that unites us as a community in order to feel trusting towards the healthcare system.
COVID is affecting everyone in different ways. I learned that people have gotten infected after getting the vaccine. This stimulated my interest in learning more details about the vaccine itself, so that I can better educate other people when they ask me about questions regarding getting vaccinated. My opinion changed about the COVID vaccine because I started to get some serious side effects, which included nerve pain in my hands and feet and chest. It got scary because I didn't know why it was happening, or if the pain was going to be long-term or not. Over the last week, the pain has almost completely subsided, and I'm happy that the effects were not long-term.
What changed my mind about the vaccine was learning everything about it, not just hearing things on social media or from other people. It was hearing it from someone in the healthcare industry telling me it was safe. I want to know the facts for myself and want to have more knowledge about it. I feel less anxious and more determined to debunk the misinformation that causes us to feel hesitant about the vaccine. COVID is more manageable than I thought. Most of the people in my life were glad to hear about more good information being spread. I'm not struggling alone. By sharing our stories, I feel more connected to the group and with my culture.
Sharing was anxiety-inducing. It's hard to share my opinion. The most challenging part was getting over my negative thought process and thinking my story was bad. Plus, there have been a lot of things that have happened over the past year, which has made it difficult to pick just one thing that affected us.
The most challenging part was making the video because I didn't know what to put. It was not having someone with me there to help in real life. I'm not very good at using technology, so it was really fun being able to create new videos. It was interesting coming up with the whole idea, brainstorming, creating, editing, and sharing. I felt really powerful while creating my video.
I was debating whether or not to continue sharing the videos. Because I was experiencing some odd and serious side effects, I decided to stop sharing for a week and later continue to share the stories.
When I read my story aloud, I heard so many positive remarks and it made me feel better. I knew that people could relate to my mental health struggles during this pandemic, and I was really proud with how vulnerable this project allowed me to be. I felt like my voice was important and needed to be heard. It felt very freeing sharing everyone's narratives as well as my own.
It felt weird joining this project at first because I didn't know anyone and I was also a bit shy. I didn't know how I felt about sharing my story because it was both personal and emotional. I was nervous about it being shared, but I was so proud of myself.
Sharing our stories made me feel very validated as we are experiencing similar struggles during this pandemic. I also enjoyed listening to other stories and seeing how they related in some way to how I was affected by the pandemic personally. I feel it was a bonding and uniting experience, working with others and getting the videos out there.
It felt good to be a part of this project since we were able to educate many people and had a wide reach across many social media platforms. I was worried about sharing them because I didn't want to get negative responses, but in fact, sharing my story and seeing it be shared ended up being my favorite part. I felt more confident in myself, and it was great to see our voices being heard.
I've learned a lot. It felt good to share with other youth, and I was able to feel other people's pain, happiness, emotions, and feel that our feelings were shared as well as heard. It felt like it was the right thing to do, since at the beginning people were skeptical about the vaccine and scaring other people on social media. Posting the videos made me feel better in hopes of changing people's perspective, and I even know that it encouraged my friend's mother to get the vaccine.
It was a little challenging sharing on social media because of how vulnerable I felt with my own story. Opening up about mental health struggles meant people could potentially view me differently, not the happy person my social media makes me out to be.
It's always hard to put yourself out there, but it's important to speak up because it opens a door so others can learn and possibly relate and grow with you through these tough times.
I didn't get very many responses, but it was nice to have even one person who got really engaged. Sharing on social media is the best way to share your story and ideas to everyone you know, and even some people you don't know.
It was inspiring to share the videos because I felt as though I was doing something for the greater good by spreading a useful message. It was nice to hear other people's stories and to share them in hopes that other people didn't feel alone in their struggles.
We're sharing these stories and encouraging other youth to get vaccinated because we were once skeptical about it. We were scared and we didn't understand, but once we got informed, we opened our minds and began to help others who felt the same.